So how did you like the Lake Waikaremoana hike?
To be honest, it was the worst experience of my life.
Why do you say that?
You really want me to go there?
Lake Waikaremoana sits on the eastern side of the North Island of New Zealand. Waikaremoana translates to Sea of Rippling Waters. It is a 46-kilometre 4-day hike in which you traverse halfway around the lake, spending plenty of time not far from its shores. Dougie couldn't join me on this hike, so I asked his mum. This is Cindy, a 65-year-old hiking newbie.
Oh, I like to get up here. You can get that help me. This is funny.
It was at this moment, only a few hundred metres from the start, that perhaps a 4-day hike was 4 days too many. And so it begins that although we journey side by side, two very different experiences emerge. We'll make it to the end, won't we? We broke the long 6-hour drive down from Auckland with star jumps before arriving at Lake Waikaremoana Holiday Park, our last stop before we set foot on the trail tomorrow. Day 1. Whanganui Hut to Waiharuru campsite. Distance 6 kilometres. Time approximately 2 hours. The water taxi traditionally lets you off at Hoporurahine landing, a further 5 kilometres back. But because of the low water level of the lake, we got a sneaky little head start. It was straight off the water and into the mud.
Shit, I just stood in a heap of mud. Oh, yeah! That was deep. Don't make me laugh, I'm concentrating.
Not far into your day, you'll come across the Kiwi Recovery Fence Line. This area had seen its Kiwi population decline by 90% in the 70 years from 1920 to 1990. So they fenced off the Pukatukutuku Peninsula in 1992, keeping the Kiwi in and the intruders out. Together with the trapping program which targets stoats, they have achieved just over a 50% survival rate of brown Kiwi chicks. In contrast to the adjacent forest without trapping, Kiwi chicks only have a 10% survival rate. Cindy's fall count is 1. I didn't capture it on camera, but I'll be ready next time. But there might not be a next time, who knows? Or maybe there'll be a big tally at the end. Walking next to the lake is super pretty. It's like greeny blue, and really enjoyed the water taxi ride. That was really nice and fresh, and a lot smoother than I thought it would be. Good so far. After a record-breaking 1 hour and 18 minutes of hiking, it was time for Cindy's first trail lunch. True to my loyal and unsponsored self, we carried in Subway. We can sit on this.
Oh, cool. I was just going to sit on the ground, but that's good.
Luxury over here.
I don't know where my Subway is. Oh, it's in the lunch thing, isn't it?
Yeah, the food bag.
If it had been just there. Oh, my Subway's squashed out. It's a squash way. I gotta sit down. I might not be able to keep it out. Oh, yeah. Oh, one big body. Oh. What's that?
That's your rain jacket.
Oh, what's that doing there? He's still got the tag on it.
That's what's weighing you down.
Yeah, the tag. My top half of the body feels good. The bottom half feels... Ugh.
Maybe your legs will get stronger.
Yeah, I hope so, because I didn't realise I was so weak.
We're about halfway of the first day, so a nice little 6-kilometre intro for the first day. Good to warm up.
I thought it was the end.
I'm definitely not calculating how our current pace is going to affect us on the longer days, but eat your food, turn your hat backwards, and you'll be set to hike.
I'm exhausted at the moment.
She's almost there.
We're nearly there.
On day 1.
On day 1.
First sign of the hut. Cindy's racing ahead.
Oh, bloody oath I am.
You'll cross the swing bridge, to which Cindy was adamant that I was jumping up and down on, and be greeted by the large Waiharuru hut. The hut has around 40 beds and is set in a prime location for a swim. A perfect distance apart, you'll find Waiharuru campsite, which was our home for the night. But I can confirm that the toilets at the hut are less spooky than the one at the campsite. Okay, it's not that bad. But with this tent, we each get a door.
Oh, wow.
And we each get a spot to put our hat.
Oh, brilliant.
Although this campsite fits 20 campers, we had the place all to ourselves. This campsite would be my favourite of the whole track. A beautiful, flat, grassy area, a stone's throw from the water's edge, and a family of ducks to keep us company. Testing the coldness of the water.
Oh wow. Oh, well, I'm not going to do this.
That's cool.
Beautiful. Good dinner.
What are you eating for dinner?
I am eating, you name it, I can't name the thing.
Nasi goreng. She approves. And I have got trying a new recipe. beef stroganoff that is still rehydrated. Leaving the campsite after our first night in the tent. How are you feeling?
Don't ask me. I'll tell you at the end of this one.
Here we go. Day 2. Waiharuru campsite to Korokoro campsite. Distance 14 kilometers. Time approximately 5.5 hours. An interesting thing to note about this hike is that it is no longer managed by New Zealand's Department of Conservation. While you could still see the presence of DOC with original signage and infrastructure, it is the ancestral home of Ngāi Tūhoe, meaning children of the mist. Waikaremoana is a part of Te Urewera, which is legally regarded as an identity and living person in its own right. The responsibility of maintaining Te Urewa's tracks and amenities now falls under Te Uru Tamatua, Ngāi Tūhoe's operational entity. As you make your way along the track today, you can certainly feel the presence of a rich spiritual history. I can only imagine that in time, this hike will be a completely redesigned experience to reflect Tūhoe's stories and culture.
Good walk so far. This one is way better than the first one.
How long have we been walking for?
2 hours. 2 hours.
Nice. And now we're gonna have a little snack.
Yes. Oh, trying to exercise for the next lot till we start.
We have just had ourselves a little snack. The next place we run into is this campsite here, which I won't butcher its name. We'll probably stop there again just to have a little look and then keep on going, because we are going to its own little independent campsite called Korokoro campsite. So there's no hut there, so we might maybe be by ourselves again, which might be cool. Let's all do some stretches like Cindy. You'll approach Maruiti Hut, which has a total of 25 bunks, and is another nice spot for swimming, as demonstrated by these swans. A further 10 minutes down the track, you'll find Whanganui campsite, fitting 20 campers. So I think Cindy and I have found our system. I will stop to film and she will go on ahead. So right now I'm stopped to put some extra sunscreen on, like the pasty person I am. And she's continuing on ahead. I think she's in better spirits today than yesterday. So I'm glad yesterday was only 6 kilometers for her. But tomorrow will be the real challenge, going up the hill. But it's a really beautiful area. There's just this different feeling in the air. So yeah, really lovely hike so far. Okay, just in case I sound a little too positive, here's a quick reality check about hiking with Cindy.
Oh, you stop! Oh, you nigger. Fancy taping me. Freaking hell! Oh, Hayley. I'm getting up here. Somehow. Oh, I fall, Hayley. I can do this. I'm getting there. I can't get down there. How do I get down there? Oh, don't you tell me. I'm trying to get up. Oh. There you go. I'm down. I'm getting there, Hayley. I'm getting there. Oh, I got it.
Here she is.
Oh my gosh.
Longest distance on the track today.
My gosh. I'm dead.
We killed her.
Yeah. Definitely. Whoa.
Alright, so we made it to Korokoro campsite. It's a little bit swampy. It's not as nice as it looked in the photos, but that's okay. I am now on a mission to find Korokoro Falls. The funny story with this waterfall is this is the third attempt that I've tried to do this walk. The first time I had to cancel because of COVID, and then the second time it got flooded just for one of the days, and one of the days that you would miss out on would have been this waterfall. And so I cancelled it because I can't do the hike and not see the waterfall. So there was kind of lacking a few signs to where the waterfall was when you got to the campsite, but you actually just have to keep walking on beyond the campsite. So I'm just doing a little solo mission there and back. It should be about an hour return. And hopefully she's a good one. Got a wire to help you get across these rocks. Thankfully there's a little bit of sun on them, so they're not too slippery, but heading that way. After completing this hike, the track was impacted by Cyclone Gabrielle. The hike was closed for just short of an entire year. If you have a window of opportunity to do something, take it. Oh, what are you eating for dinner tonight?
Macaroni, cheese, and mushroom. It is beautiful.
Nice.
Giving me energy for tomorrow.
We have, once again, the campsite all to ourselves. Can you explain what your sticks are for?
For the rats. If they come into our tent, I'll hear them. That's what my sticks are doing.
So they're a little wall, are they?
Yep, so they don't eat my food, but I'll hear them. Then I get my knife out.
She's ready. She's got her
I'm
fort ready.
I'm absolutely ready.
No, camera in the middle of it.
Oh, you're recording yourself, huh?
Yeah.
I'll be in it then. I'll star in your video.
Bonus material.
See ya.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Day 3. Korokoro campsite to Panekire Hut. Distance 12 kilometers. Time approximately 4.5 hours. Today marks the most challenging day in terms of elevation, climbing straight uphill. But the walk wouldn't be anywhere near as special without it, because the views you gain from the top are spectacular. Let's hope we ate enough food out of our packs. So I just went and checked out Waiharuru Hut and campsite. It looks like a pretty good place. I think a lot of people do stay there. If you're camping, the grass looks really comfy and a nice spot to swim as well. But now the ascent begins. We are heading to the top and we'll be staying at a hut at the top there. We've run into a lot of people and they said there's quite a few stairs, so maybe that's a good thing. Might help us a little bit. But yeah, the challenge begins. Heart rate is definitely up. While you are panting your way up to the top, keep in mind that you are within one of the largest areas of native forest on the North Island, and it is home to almost every species of North Island native bird. So it's more likely than not that a bird is watching you, singing to his friends about how unfit you are. Windy and very sweaty. I think the worst of the hill part is over, but I had to put my jacket on because I'm cooling down way too much.
even though my back is soaked. But still going. How do you feel about seeing the hut?
Oh, I love it. I could kiss it. Oh, I'm buggered.
Panekire Hut is a welcome shelter on a windy day. It sleeps 36 people and is located on one of the highest points of the track, with an elevation of 1,180 meters. We enjoyed these views while we could because tomorrow it was forecast to rain. So this is our first night in a hut. We've secured some mattresses.
Yep.
Here's me in the corner. Here's Cindy.
Cindy's the second bed.
And not only is there a layer above, but there's a third layer right up on the roof.
Guess where I'm going?
She found her toilet paper.
Yep, I did.
Missing for 2 days. Speaking of missing, you can't find something?
Yep, that'll be right. Now I got to find out where my spray is. I'm trying to find my Aussie spray. I found them.
Oh, is it in the pocket that it's always in?
Yep, I got them. You still taking it?
It's funny, you know, when you go to bed,
Yeah.
you think, oh, it's hot, and it's all open,
Yeah.
you fall asleep,
Yeah.
but somehow mysteriously in the night, you pull the covers up.
Oh, believe me, I had a beanie on last night as well. Oh, it's crazy.
On the way. Hopefully the clouds can clear up a little bit so we can get some nice views. Otherwise you might just see some lovely white.
Day 4. Panekire Hut to Onepoto Shelter. Distance 9 kilometers. Time approximately 4.5 hours. The final day on the track. And it was cold. Like, really cold.
I'm very cold.
Bit cold, but hey.
Keep an eye out on your left for some amazing vantage points. You'll also come across some rock formations indicative of the area's complex geological history.
No, it's alright, you take a bit down. I gotta sit on my bum. Bit cold, but hey, what the hell? Oh, I'll get it. I got it. Oh shit, no I haven't. Bloody hell. You photocopy.
While this day was quite miserable, at least Cindy didn't have to compete against the flies anymore.
All the flies. Oh, mate. Are they annoying you? That one fly. Oh, get off me. I won't get my flies back. What is up with that?
You'll come across Trig Lookout and spot this control mark, part of New Zealand's geodetic mapping system. These markers support the mapping of the physical dimensions of New Zealand. This is just one of 50 positioned around the lakeside.
I'm very cold. I think there's about 30 minutes remaining. So we are 10 minutes from the end. I'm so excited to warm my fingers on the car heater. But this particular site here, we're at like a junction, and it was one of the first sort of facts I read about this track, which was so interesting. So I'm gonna let voiceover Hayley take it from here so I can relay that information to you accurately.
At the junction, you'll see an open grassy area, which in 1841 was an armed constabulary parade ground. Troops were stationed nearby in pursuit of the powerful Māori leader, Te Kuti. They were building boats in order to cross the lake. However, the expedition was recalled and 2 boats were sunk, one of which still remains in Lake Waikaremoana. During this time, Private Michael Noonan was shot in an ambush in 1869. He is buried beside Lake Kiriopukai, which is just a 300-metre sidetrack from the junction. There are also members of early farming families buried here.
I didn't actually expect there to be multiple grave sites, but I'm sure at least they get more visitors here than they would if they were at a regular grave site. The lake here also looks very beautiful. I'm sure in the sun it would be sparkling. But now I've got 10 minutes back to the junction and 10 minutes back to the car. I am very excited. very excited. See you soon.
I was making my way back when I happened to look off to the side and noticed these random set of stairs. So I thought to myself, safety first, let's go up these stairs. It was so hidden I almost walked past it. But you'll find a fenced off rock overhang. If you look closely, you'll notice the names of soldiers carved into the rock, left behind during their time stationed here. One last look up at the forest, and I was out at the car park. But the real question, did Cindy make it?
What's up? I did it, but it's freezing.
So how did you like the Lake Waikaremoana Track?
I used every bit of my energy I had no more left, but don't let that put you off, because it was a good experience and I think everybody should try. Don't talk to me about Hayley. She just about killed me.